Hey guys, Chris from Hockey Tutorial here, and today in this video we're going to be taking a look at a brand new product soon to be released. Before we jump into the video, make sure that you thumbs up if you like our videos. It definitely helps to support the channel and it means that more eyes will see the video. So before we jump in, please give the video a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't already, because a bunch of you that watch our videos aren't subscribed to the channel. So if you subscribe, it really does go a long way. It helps us out. It means more eyes come across our content, which allows us to keep making these videos. So before we jump in, thumbs up. And also, I think I want to do a giveaway for some of these units because DryStick sent me more than one. So if you want me to do a giveaway, make sure you comment down below, and if I get enough comments and you guys want to do it, we'll host a giveaway on Instagram. So if you want one, comment below. From the same team that brought us the hockey wraparound, and that's the DryStick, the portable equipment drying rack. Now, if you guys have watched my videos for a while, you'll know that I'm a big believer of looking after your equipment, drying it out after use to help extend its life, to prevent a buildup of bacteria, to stop your equipment from stinking. This is all going to go towards it lasting longer and you having a better experience while you're playing hockey, because let's be honest, whether you're extremely experienced or you're new to the game, none of us like to play in wet, smelly gear. I can't think of a single person out there that likes that. Now, what I mean by I'm a big fan of looking after your equipment, drying it out after use, is you've seen when I do bag reviews, or even when I've done my in the bag video that I filmed just a few weeks ago, I like the bags that are breathable, that allow airflow to get to the bag even when it's open or closed, because of course less bacteria prevents the smell, helps your equipment last longer, means that you're not going to be playing in wet gear. But if we go back a few years ago, I say a few years, it's quite a long time ago, to the days of when I was using the rocket dryer, which was that drying rack system that you would set up. It had hooks, it had a heater that would blow hot air into your equipment, and it meant that you'd essentially be able to dry your equipment after use and have it ready to go pretty quickly, so when you step out onto the ice the next time, it's not wet. Now, the problem with that is, although it was a great product, it was quite cumbersome, and of course over time the equipment that we use has gone up in price, the quality of the materials that have used have gone up, which means applying direct heat to them every single time you use the gear probably isn't going to be the best thing for the liners. Now, I know a lot of people do this, but if you've got no concerns about budget, you can have access to your equipment being replaced whenever you need it to, like a lot of pro teams out there. You will see them drying out their equipment pretty harshly, but those guys can afford to do it. But the rest of us need to do what we can to make sure that the life that we get out of our equipment is maximized. But of course, the best way to dry out your equipment is naturally just using the air around you. A little bit of an increase in heat, if you're putting it into like an airing cupboard or somewhere that's a bit warmer, isn't going to cause too much damage or any damage at all. But if you're applying direct heat to the liners, it's not a good shout. Now, where does this take me? Long intros aside, essentially, I've always been looking for some way to dry my equipment after I get back from training. A lot of people will just take the gear out their bags, spread it out onto the floor, and it's not a bad way to dry it, but if you have a rack to put it up onto, it means more airflow because the equipment's elevated, so it's going to dry better, it's going to reduce that buildup of bacteria, it's going to last longer. Now, when we look at this new drying rack, how is it different from any of the other drying racks that are out there? Having a quick look online, I was quite surprised to see that the cheapest drying rack I could find in the UK on Amazon or on general hockey websites was about 60 to 70 pounds, which I didn't even think was a thing. I thought they would have been way, way cheaper than that. So that came as a surprise to me. They were all made from metal, they were very cumbersome. It's the type of thing that you couldn't store away very easily, especially if you were tight for space where you live. Now, what I really like about the DryStick is it has a feature that I've never seen from any other drying rack that can be used for hockey equipment, and that's the fact that it is tiny and portable. And when I mean like it's tiny and portable, it's essentially breaks down to tiny little stick blades that you could fit in your pocket, you could fit them in the side of your bag, even the zipper compartments where you just put accessories like tape, maybe like some pliers or some screwdrivers to work on your helmet, it would slot into that perfectly. What's so unique about this drying system or this drying rack is that the blade-like little hooks that it has attach onto any hockey stick. So whether it's a senior hockey stick or an intermediate hockey stick, they slide right onto the actual shaft of the stick, turning the thing that every hockey player has with them when they're playing hockey into part of the drying rack system, which is your stick. It's one of those products that you look at that's so simple but so effective. It essentially has 4 hockey stick blade-like shaped hooks that slide onto the shaft of your hockey stick, and of course you can adjust the positioning of where you want these arms or blade-like hooks to be attached to your stick, depending on what type of gear that you're trying to dry out. Now, these little arm-like hooks or blade-like hooks also have little circle holes in them that allow you to put hangers onto them, essentially extending or further extending the space that you have to dry your equipment out. One thing I've got to mention right off the bat, a lot of us use quite expensive sticks, and if you're wondering if you're sliding these little hooks off and onto your stick, is it going to cause any damage or scratching? The inside, or the arm that actually clamps or hooks onto the shaft of your hockey stick, is very, very smooth to the touch. It's not something that's going to cause any residual damage or scratching or removing the artwork off your sticks. I thought I would mention that because when I did see images of this, I was wondering how much force and if it scratched my stick every time I took it on and off. Just a quick point there to put your minds at ease, that does not happen. And something I've got to mention is each of these arms can actually support 4.5 kilograms of weight, or if you're in North America or anywhere else in the world that doesn't use kilograms as the metric for measuring weight, it's about 10 pounds. Now, if you're looking at hanging up a pair of skates on each of these hooks, so you have one skate on one hook, another skate on another hook, regardless of what size you are or how saturated your skates are with water or anything like that, this is going to be able to support the weight of pretty much any regular piece of equipment you'll have in your hockey bag, whether you're a senior, a junior, or somebody with massive, massive feet or big equipment. So, worth knowing. So what I really like about this drying rack is that you can put the main things that you'd want to be dry the next time you step onto the ice, which for me is going to be skates first and foremost. It's going to be then gloves, helmet, and then body armor or shoulder pads. Those are the things that I like to be dry. My shorts, I'm really not too bothered about that because I have base layers underneath, and if my shorts are a little bit damp, I don't tend to feel that too much. But the gloves, the skates, and the helmet, and the body armor, I'd really like that to be dry. It's very quick and convenient to be able to put these hooks onto your hockey stick, lean it up against a wall, a fence, a door, pretty much anything to allow your equipment to get maximum airflow and dry out. This is it here. It's so small. Like I'm saying this in the video, but I want you to get perspective of me holding this in my hand so you can actually see how small this thing is. These are the 4 hockey blade-like clamps or arms or handles or hooks that clip onto your stick. They're very, very small. You can see that this would fit pretty much anywhere inside your hockey bag. It doesn't take up any space. It's not annoying to be rattling around in the bottom of the bag. This is insane that this is going to help me dry my equipment using my hockey stick as well. So you have this in your bag, takes up barely any space, and the hockey stick you always have with you, whether you're playing a game or in training. You don't have to take a separate bag with a drying rack or some sort of drying system with you. This is a phenomenal idea. You might be able to tell from my excitement in the video that I am definitely pumped about this product. It doesn't seem like it's a big deal, but these are the types of products that I get really excited about. They're very simple, but they're incredibly straightforward, and it's something that every hockey player can have in their bag, whether that you're a junior player or a senior player, somebody that plays recreationally, beer league, or somebody that plays competitive hockey. It's something that every player can have in their bag, so when you're away at games, if you're staying in hotels or staying at friends' houses or on the go, this is a super convenient way to be able to hang your equipment up to dry. It's quick, it's portable, it's super easy to set up and take down. It uses your hockey stick. It's these tiny little arms that fit anywhere inside your hockey bag without taking any space at all. These are the types of products that I feel like every single hockey player should have. And if we do another one of those must-have accessories videos, you can better believe that this is definitely going to be included in the things that I'd suggest every hockey player should have in my must-have accessories videos. I've not done one of those for a while, so if you want to see that, comment down below and let me know. Something I've got to mention, if you're wondering how the hockey stick and the dry stick attached to it stay up, it is of course a bit of a balancing act. So you've got to do what you can to make sure that the weight on the left side of the hooks is equal to the right side of the hooks. So when you put it up against a wall, a fence, a door, it's able to support itself because the weight on either side is fairly well balanced. This doesn't have to be exact, but the closer you can get it, the easier it is for this to just stand up and rest against whatever surface you want to put it up against. So of course I'll show you a couple of variations of how I've been hanging my equipment to dry depending on where I am. My hockey equipment typically lives inside my office, the hockey tutorial office where I am right now, because this location is actually closer to our ice rink, which is Cambridge Ice Arena, than my actual house. So I typically pick up my gear from the office, go to the rink, stop at the office, drop my equipment off. Now I'm going to be hanging it up to dry using the DryStick rather than just spreading it out on the floor, and then I jump in the car and then drive home. Now, depending on if I'm staying at a hotel or if I'm flying with my equipment and I'm traveling, I hang my equipment up to dry in different ways because I might have different variants of my equipment with me. I might not necessarily have all of it. I might just have my skates and gloves if I'm at a training camp. So all of this comes into play. So that's why I thought I'd show you a couple of different ways of drying your equipment using the DryStick. As always, a big thank you for watching the video all the way to the end. A big thank you to the team at Hockey Wraparound and obviously now DryStick for making this video possible. If you like this type of content, make sure that you thumbs up, make sure that you subscribe so you can stay up to date with all of the videos that we post. And of course, if you want more information on it or where you can pick it up worldwide, there'll be a link down below in the video description below. But thank you for watching, guys, and take care till next time.